Welcome back to Excessive Celebration here on ESPN 106.3, the show where we try to be passionate about our show, but we can't be too passionate because Roger Gale will find us. I'm Cal Friedman alongside Ben Curtis, and we are about to go into a segment called Blooming, Best and Bust. So, not your greatest fantasy season last year, was it?
No, I finished fourth, a little bit disappointing, but always next year, Cal.
Yeah, only one finals appearance for me in my 4 leagues. I didn't even win it. I got blown out. My worst decision was taking Xavier Murray. Such a bad season for him. But we'll be discussing the blooming wide receiver, which will be the most underrated wide receiver in our fantasy drafts. The best wide receiver being the guy who, if you're going to take a wide receiver with the first pick, who you should take, and the bust wide receiver, a wide receiver who will not have a very successful season. So let's get into that. Who is your blooming wide receiver for this NFL season?
I have to go with Amari Cooper over in Oakland. I think that the Oakland Raiders are going to have a breakout season as a whole. I think that Derek Carr is going to come back healthy and better than ever before. And Amari Cooper out of Alabama, now that he's got some experience playing in the NFL, I think he's going to be one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, and I would take him the first 5 rounds.
See, I don't know what I'm thinking about Carr. I don't know if he comes back healthy. I don't know if he comes back even better. I don't know whether he comes back worse. But a quarterback who you can rely on is Tom Brady. And who did Tom Brady just get? Brandon Cooks. He's going to be his #1 wide receiver this year. He did it in New Orleans with Drew Brees. He was able to burn the NFC South, burn everyone that the Saints played. And with Tom Brady to throw it to him, expect a lot of deep balls thrown to Brandon Cooks this year. And a lot of touchdowns, a lot of fantasy points. I'm projecting around like 14, 15 a week, which will be very good to have for a wide receiver. Now we're going to go on to the best wide receiver. And hold on, we've got a caller from Boca Raton. This is Max Zeifer. Max, what have you got?
Hey guys, yeah, like I said, Max Zeifer calling it.
I just wanted to know which position is the most valuable. If I'm on the board, first pick, first round, which position am I taking and who am I taking?
Alright, that was Max. If you couldn't hear him, he asked who would be the one wide receiver you would take with the first pick. I would honestly say Julio Jones, because Matt Ryan really showed that he's not this average quarterback that everyone thought he was these past few years. He really broke out, had a great season. Julio Jones was his one target. He showcased it in the Super Bowl. He showcased it throughout the playoffs. He is the man. He is the man in this league. Is he better than Antonio Brown with Matt Ryan and the way he's playing? I honestly think he might have a shot to overtake Antonio Brown as best wide receiver in the league this year. What have you got?
Well, I'm going to go with 2. I'm going to go with my 1 and my 1A. My #1, Antonio Brown. That's one of the best wide receiving combos in the NFL and one of the best offenses in the NFL over there in Pittsburgh. But for my 1A, my top 2 guy, I'm going to break a cardinal rule here, and I'm going to go that the freshman quarterback, Deshaun Watson, is going to let Hopkins have a phenomenal season in Houston. I think that Houston is ready to go with Deshaun Watkins finally bringing some stability to that quarterback position. I like Watson, I like Hopkins, and I like Houston.
But I like Hopkins too. He has a bunch of potential. Obviously, the phenomenal receiver didn't have a great year last year. I think he's going to bounce back. Think for wide receivers. One more thing. We talked about the good ones. Who are the ones that are going to be bust? The big names that won't pan out.
Alright, so what he asked was who would be the worst wide receiver to take, just a wide receiver that wouldn't be good. Last year, unfortunately, was DeAndre Hopkins, and I took him. I had some faith in Osweiler. That backfired. For me, I have a rule to not take rookies. I had Ezekiel Elliott available to me last year. I didn't take him. I wound up regretting that. But I think that John Ross has a very big injury problem. Yes, he does have the fastest 40-yard combine ever, and yes, he is a very capable wide receiver. But with Andy Dalton throwing it to him, I'm not sure. With A.J. Green also on that team, he's not going to have a lot of catches, and he's got an injury problem. It just adds up. Don't take John Ross.
I got to push back on that. With A.J. Green on the other side, Andy Dalton's developed into a fine quarterback who can get the job done over in Cincinnati. I think Ross will be able to stretch the field with that speed, as you mentioned. Best combine time ever. My bust, I'm going to go with Larry Fitzgerald. I think that the quarterback situation over in Arizona is a little bit shaky. Is it going to be Stafford? Is it going to be Palmer? It looks like Palmer right now, but he's getting up there in age. So I'm going to go with Larry Fitzgerald. He has one of the best wide receivers of all time, but I think his best days, especially in fantasy, are behind him.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. We'll have more blooming, best, and bust when we come back here on Excessive Celebration.